Lawmakers are making progress on another one of Governor Greg Abbott's priority items in the special legislative session. On Thursday, the Senate approved a plan that would expand a ban on COVID-19 vaccine mandates. Digital anchor Will DuPree joins us to walk us through what this proposal would do and who would be affected. Will, thanks for being here.
Nice to be here with you.
Well, let's get started by discussing what the governor asked lawmakers to pass.
Governor Abbott would like them to ban all private employers here in Texas from requiring their workers to get the COVID shot. This would go farther than what the legislature did earlier this year during the regular session. They approved a ban initially on governmental entities like the state itself or a school district from implementing a COVID vaccine mandate. So this effort would do more than that.
Well, tell us about the bill that the Senate did pass.
The Senate voted along party lines and approved Senate Bill 7. State Senator Mays Middleton, a Republican from Galveston, introduced this legislation and says it's needed to protect people's own medical decisions. And here's what that bill would do exactly. It would bar an employer from requiring the COVID shot in order for someone to keep their job, apply for one, or secure a contract. The bill would also prohibit employers from taking an adverse action against someone who does not want to get this shot. Hospitals and healthcare facilities, though, would not be faulted if they put in place reasonable rules that an unvaccinated worker would have to wear certain protective equipment to do their jobs. Additionally, the bill would allow people to file a complaint with the state to investigate any alleged retaliation, and employers could face a fine of up to $10,000 for each violation. Now, earlier this week during a committee hearing, Democratic Senator Boris Miles of Houston questioned the bill's author about why the proposal had no exceptions for healthcare facilities. That means doctors, nurses, and other healthcare workers who care for patients would not be required to get the COVID vaccine. Let's take a listen.
Don't you think we should allow businesses and providers that work with our most vulnerable population to create policies that protect those people?
This bill's about protecting individuals. And this protects individuals from losing their job if they don't believe the COVID vaccine is right for them for whatever reason.
Now, well, one thing that stood out listening to this hearing was the level of concern lawmakers had over the vaccine. That might surprise some people. What did you think?
Republican senators in particular talked a lot about the harm that they believe this vaccine causes people. Now, many doctors and a lot of the leading medical organizations would wholeheartedly disagree with some of their claims, but State Senator Lois Kolkhorst, who chairs the committee that considered this bill initially, said that there is a heightened skepticism of science in general since the pandemic began and the development and rollout of this vaccine. In debates later, State Senator Brian Birdwell brought up the fact that a lot of people have concerns and questions about the efficacy of this vaccine. Now, what he said is that, there may be additional research or data that comes out and changes people's minds. So he suggested a sunset clause to this bill that would require lawmakers to revisit this ban at some point in the future. However, that language did not end up in the final version of the bill that the Senate passed, and that argument just simply did not win out.
What does happen next?
The Texas House of Representatives will take up this bill. It's unclear when the state reps will consider this bill. However, they will have to approve it first before it can then go to the governor's desk for his signature and possibly become state law.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
I would like to know what I'm being charged for. And people make mistakes. Things happen.
A new state law just took effect to help you get itemized receipts when you get medical treatment. How the law is already helping patients.